in pretty good shape there. I don't know if you knew this, but November is National Diabetes Month. It's a way to help raise awareness for the disease nationally and right here in Denver, too.
See, we all know now. Joining us is Dana Davis. She's the Executive Director for the Children's Diabetes Foundation. Thank you for joining us and coming in this early in the morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so talk about this. How many people are diagnosed with diabetes each year, and how does it affect quality of life?
That's a really great question. There's about 30,000 people that are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And type 1 diabetes is the type of diabetes where your pancreas no longer works. It's an autoimmune disease, not to be confused with type 2, that actually is not an autoimmune disease, and the pancreas is not able to produce.
You can manage with medicine.
With medicine, sometimes they're also on insulin, but it's because the pancreas itself cannot make enough insulin for the body. There is about 30,000 people a year that are diagnosed with type 1, and the interesting fact is half of that is 18 years and older. So it used to be believed that type 1 was only a childhood disease, but now it's becoming much more prevalent at any age. People are being diagnosed from 2 months to 60. So it's really important that people go get checked and make sure they know that even though maybe they're in their 30s and they're having symptoms of diabetes, a lot of people are being misdiagnosed with type 2 diabetes when they actually have type 1 because a lot of people feel like you can't get it and you can't. It's really important that they know that.
And let's talk a little bit about the awareness factor next week.
Absolutely.
Next week is National Diabetes Day week.
Right. November 14th is World Diabetes Day. So we're really excited because we have a couple.
We're turning blue, right?
We're turning blue. And I would love everyone who can, if you can wear blue on World Diabetes Day to show their support for diabetics. It would be amazing. But we have the Pepsi Center is turning blue for the Children's Diabetes Foundation. As is the city and county building. And there's actually a lot of other buildings within Colorado that are turning blue for other diabetes organizations. So we're really trying to pull together and work together to make that day a national awareness day so that people really understand and learn about diabetes.
And are you encouraging people to wear blue?
To wear blue themselves? I would love. I hope to get to see you guys in blue. Maybe I see you in orange. I'm assuming that's for the Broncos game. So
absolutely.
Maybe blue. Maybe you guys would do blue on the 14th.
Oh, for sure.
We'll put it on the calendar for sure. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit, the education factor of it. Why is it important to raise awareness?
It's important to raise awareness because diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States, which is a big deal. And I think people think now that we have insulin and ways to treat it, that it's no longer a major health crisis. It's one of the leading health crises. So when people are diagnosed, so often people are diagnosed in ketoacidosis, which is really dangerous and very deadly. And if people had awareness and would go to the doctors earlier and be aware of the symptoms of, frequent urination, it's increased thirst, weight loss, lots of symptoms that they should know, they should go to their doctors and healthcare providers and really educate themselves and look out for their families to know that they can prevent a lot of issues in hospitalization. So if you can catch it early enough, and you don't have to go through that. And that's what we really want to create the awareness. And we want people to know the difference between type 1 and type 2, that there is a lot of knowledge that needs to be gathered, and we encourage people to talk about it, to ask their friends, to discuss it. I know that almost everybody has somebody they know that has type 1 or type 2, and I hope that they really talk to their friends and try to get more information about it.
So get checked early and talk to your friends about it. What other kind of things or events is the foundation putting together?
So we have some really exciting stuff coming up. So also in December 5th is Colorado Gives Day, which is really important for any nonprofits. And I would encourage everybody, whatever your passion is, I would love if it's diabetes, but if it's not, whatever affects your family on December 5th, that everybody really try to give to a charity because it makes such a huge impact. I mean, every dollar counts. Every dollar counts. So,
good deal.
Dana, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Of course, we've got all this information at cbsdenver.com. November 14th, December 5th are 2 big days. Thank you. We'll be right back.